The story of God's general, John Welch, the praying prophet of Scotland. In the late 1500s, when Scotland was struggling between darkness and light, there arose a man of prayer whose life would shake the heavens and stir nations. John Welch, the son-in-law of the fiery reformer John Knox. Welch was not remembered for eloquence alone, but for the spirit of prayer and intercession that clothed his entire being. He lived as though heaven were always near. His nights were not his own. Often his wife would wake to find him lying on the cold floor, soaked with tears, crying out to God, "O Lord, wilt thou not grant me Scotland? O Lord, wilt thou not save souls?" So deep was his burden that he spent hours every night on his knees, wrestling for the salvation of men. His wife once asked him why he prayed so long. He answered with trembling lips, "Woman, I have the souls of 3,000 to answer for, and I know not how it is with many of them." Wherever Welch went, revival fires burned. His sermons carried an unshakable authority, not because of polished words, but because they were bathed in prayer. Hardened sinners wept, drunkards were delivered, and whole towns turned to righteousness. He carried a prophetic spirit, warning kings, confronting sin, and declaring the judgments of God with fearless boldness. Yet, his faithfulness also cost him. Welch was banished from Scotland for standing against ungodly rulers. In exile, he continued to pray and preach with power, carrying Scotland in his heart until his death in France in 1622. At the end of his life, sick and weak, he longed to return home. When King James I was told of his request, he coldly replied, "Let him return if he will submit to the bishops." Welch answered, "I would rather die on my bed than see the ruin of Christ's cause in Scotland by subjecting it to the bishops." John Welch never returned to his homeland, but his prayers lived on. Many credited the spiritual awakenings that followed in Scotland to the seeds sown by his intercession. He proved that one man, fully surrendered and burning in prayer, can alter the destiny of a nation. John Welch teaches us that revival is born in agonizing prayer. He carried Scotland in the secret place before God, and the public power of his ministry was the fruit of his hidden nights with the Lord. The effectual fervent prayer of a righteous man availeth much. James 5 verse 16.